Another interstellar discovery by NASA. This is amazing.
There it is! Son of a gun! Right down the middle of the road!
Beaming information and messages about us back to the alien homeworld.
Oh my God, what is that?
A snapshot from Mars has rocked the scientific world, changing the way we think about the red planet.
Astronauts took a picture of some unidentified object in space.
What is that, dude?
Mysterious lights dancing in the sky, strange objects following space stations, and astronauts witnessing things they can't explain.
Fairly small and fairly close to the space station.
What NASA and others have captured might change everything you thought you knew about the universe.
Hey, we're gonna come over and take a look if it's... Copy that.
A strange thing was hiding in the Apollo 11 moon mission footage, which nobody knew about for years. See, an alien moving in ways no one ever imagined it to be. So in 1969, two brave astronauts walked on the moon and realized they weren't alone up there. While exploring the dusty moon's surface, they spotted something that wasn't human.
There it is! Son of a gun! Right down the middle of the road!
The astronauts kept this secret for a long time, but now the world knows. The footage shows a mysterious figure in the background. Was it an alien? The space agency is looking into it, but for now, the moon might be more exciting than we ever thought.
There it is! Son of a gun!
Unexpected visitor.
Hey, we're gonna come over and take a look if it's... Copy that.
High above Earth, astronauts on the International Space Station had a surprising encounter in March 2017, when while doing a routine spacewalk, they spotted something truly odd. NASA engineer Peggy Whitson was filming the mission when she caught sight of a strange object. It seemed to be following them, spinning slowly as if watching their every move.
The Black Knight satellite flies a very peculiar rotation around the Earth, from pole to pole.
The mysterious thing stayed visible for almost 7 hours. People on Earth got excited when they saw the footage. Some thought it was an alien spaceship spying on the station. Others believed it might be a secret satellite called the Black Knight. The sighting reminded everyone how mysterious space can be.
What they're using it for to monitor the Earth is truly one of the greatest mysteries of our planet.
Cosmic surprise. Another day, another strange thing caught in space. On April 19th, 2022, NASA's cameras spotted a huge mystery object floating near the sun. It wasn't just sitting there. It looked like it was drinking the sun's fiery surface. This weird space visitor hung around for hours as if enjoying a sunny snack. Then, without warning, it zoomed away into the darkness, leaving no trace behind. The object was so big that some people think it could have been bigger than our whole planet Earth. NASA called it a prominence, a natural event where the sun's magnetic field makes hot gas dance and sometimes fly off into space. Whatever it was, it sure sent the internet into a frenzy. Space station surprise.
I don't think I have to.
The WIF standing for Worksite Interface. It's going to assist Gerst in setting up this portable foot restraint onto the station's robotic arm.
If I were an alien hunter and I saw this near the International Space Station, and that too, not once, but twice, I would have reconsidered my life choice. An eagle-eyed watcher named Toby Lunt spotted a weird shape outside the space station. It wasn't a satellite or a piece of space junk. Before anyone could get a good look, the video feed suddenly cut out for a few seconds. A few days later, it happened again. A gray object appeared near the station, then vanished just as the camera changed. Were astronauts trying to fix the station and caught something they shouldn't have? NASA hasn't explained what happened, leaving space fans to wonder what's out there.
Okay, Wheels, I'm going to put a rat on the front flap of this.
Encounter in orbit.
Mission and liftoff.
Another SpaceX mission had an unexpected visitor shortly after leaving Earth. As 4 brave astronauts zoomed towards space in their Dragon capsule, something strange flew by. Just 12 minutes after liftoff, cameras caught this mysterious object zipping between parts of the rocket. It moved so fast, it was hard to see clearly. Some people wondered if it was a UFO. But space experts had a less exciting guess. They thought it might be a chunk of ice from the rocket's liquid oxygen.
The thing that makes me think that that is just most likely a piece of ice is that it happened right at the time where they were inserted into orbit.
Even though it wasn't aliens, the close call reminded everyone how tricky space travel can be. The astronauts made it safely to the space station, ready for 6 months of cool experiments.
Lots of hugs and smiles right now.
In the end, the astronauts arriving safely at the International Space Station over the weekend to begin their 6 months of research.
Spaceship surprise.
We heard the call out to Alpha, so they're now in the longest abort zone that carries them.
During a recent SpaceX launch, something unexpected caught everyone's eye. As the Falcon 9 rocket soared into space, cameras spotted a weird creature clinging to its side. The live stream showed a strange shape that looked like a rat with long legs. Some folks even thought it looked like a face hugger from a sci-fi movie. This odd passenger appeared about 8 minutes into the flight, when the rocket was high above Earth. Space experts were puzzled. Was it a real creature? SpaceX didn't say much about it, but the strange sighting got people talking. For now, the space rat remains a cosmic mystery.
We heard the call out to Alpha, so they're now in the longest abort zone that carries them.
Face on Mars.
When we go back to the actual image was taken at a rather oblique angle under extremely unfavorable lighting conditions.
In 1976, a space machine called Viking 1 took pictures of Mars. One picture showed something that looked like a huge face on the planet's surface. At first, scientists thought it was just tricks of light and shadow making a hill look like a face. But when Viking 1 flew over the same spot again, the face was still there.
The image properly has shown that it does indeed look very much like a hominid face.
This made people wonder if it was just a natural hill or something more. Some even thought it might be proof of aliens on Mars. Years later, better cameras took clearer pictures of the face. These showed it was just a big, oddly shaped hill after all. But the face on Mars had already become famous, making people dream about what might be out there in space.
Both the other scientific arguments and the new view of the face certainly have our attention with regard to prospective artificiality of this object.
Mars mysteries.
There are a lot of different objects on Mars that people see or think they see in various rover images.
Space explorers got a big surprise when the Mars Curiosity rover sent back some amazing pictures. After more than 500 days on the red planet, the robot's camera caught something weird. In the photos, people spotted what looked like a human statue. It was just sitting there in a place called Dingo Gap. But that wasn't all. Other pictures showed things that reminded folks of stuff from Earth, like a fancy coffin, a Buddha statue, and even a cross.
The rover images are generally fairly close up, and it is possible to spot things like statue heads and stone blocks, sometimes with writing on and carvings in them.
People think these might be leftovers from aliens who lived on Mars long ago. Some astronauts say it's just rocks playing tricks on our eyes. NASA says there's nothing special about these shapes, but some experts aren't so sure. The debate about what's really on Mars continues to keep everyone guessing.
The details I noticed first were particularly the eye and nose details on the front of the statue on the left here, with a quite clear mouth structure and what looks like an ear just here, and you have a long, narrow, elongated cone head shape.
Purple lights. In 1779, something incredible happened that still amazes people today. A local person was out at night when the sky lit up with an amazing show, but this wasn't fireworks or shooting stars. It was something much stranger. Glowing purple lights appeared in the dark sky.
I have no idea what that is. Hey, my friends. Hey, beautiful ones.
They moved in ways no normal aircraft could, dancing and swooping through the air. Were these alien spaceships coming to visit Earth? The purple lights put on quite a show, zipping around and doing impossible moves.
Wow, look at you! Hey!
Then, just as suddenly as they appeared, the lights zoomed away and vanished. The person who saw them was left with an amazing story that would be told for centuries to come. Mysterious Martian object. While looking for signs of life on Mars, NASA's rover spotted something truly strange in March 2021. The rover was checking out its new home when it took some pictures. In one of the photos, there was a weird object floating above the red, dusty ground. It looked thin and long, like nothing the scientists had ever seen on Mars before. Everyone at NASA was amazed. They zoomed in on the picture to get a better look. Was it a sign of life on Mars, or maybe a trick of the light? The rover kept exploring, hoping to find more clues about this mysterious Martian object. Mars mysteries. NASA's Curiosity rover has been exploring Mars since 2012, taking lots of pictures. Some of these photos have got people's imaginations running wild. In one picture, some people think they see a doorway in a Martian rock. Others spot shapes that look like Earth animals, or even a mysterious woman. While scientists say these are just rocks and shadows playing tricks on our eyes, it's fun to imagine what could be out there. These photos remind us how exciting space exploration can be. Even if we haven't found aliens yet, Mars is full of cool rocks and landscapes we've never seen before. Who knows what other surprises the red planet might have in store for us? Mars rover's wild ride. The Mars rover Perseverance was quite an adventure. It zoomed across the red planet, breaking speed records for space robots. Along the way, it found some super cool rocks and even spotted a piece of its old parachute. But the most exciting part was when Perseverance got close to a big hill called the Delta. Scientists think this spot might hold clues about whether tiny Martians lived on Mars long ago. While Perseverance explored the ground, its flying friend Ingenuity was busy too. The little helicopter took amazing pictures from the sky. It even found the crashed remains of the spacecraft that brought them both to Mars. But then something scary happened. Ingenuity stopped talking to Perseverance. Everyone worried the dusty Martian air had made the helicopter's solar panels too dirty to work. Luckily, after a few days of silence, Ingenuity's battery charged up enough to say hello again. Now both robots are back to exploring Mars together. Night sky. An astronaut from Wolverhampton was having a normal Friday night, teaching a friend about NASA's live space station feed. But what happened next was far from normal. As they watched, a cluster of glowing orbs drifted into view. These weren't just any lights. They moved together, floating past the space station like a group of fireflies in the night sky. Some people got super excited, thinking it might be aliens. But NASA had a simpler explanation. It could be reflections or lights from Earth. Whatever it was, it sure made for an unforgettable night of space watching. Triangle UFO. In 2018, a video showed something weird on a US Navy ship. It looked like a triangle-shaped UFO, just like in alien movies. This news spread all over the world.
So the fact that there was a triangle UFO on this aircraft carrier, that really sent the UFO community into a frenzy.
Some people thought it was proof of aliens working with the US military, but when experts looked closely at the video, they found some strange things. The shadows were wrong, and the UFO seemed to move oddly on the ship's deck. One expert even said it looked exactly like a toy model of a secret plane. What are your thoughts? Russian sky. In Russia, a local saw a bunch of lights scattered around. But then, something amazing happened. The lights started moving, coming together to form a big triangle shape. It reminded the person of a special aircraft called the TR-3BA. As they watched, the sky seemed to glow and move along with the lights. Suddenly, all the lights joined into one bright white spot. It shone like a star, but much bigger and closer. The person who saw it was left wondering what they had just seen. Was it a secret plane or something from outer space? The mystery of the Russian skylights lived on. Colorful UFOs. On a warm August night in 2024, something amazing happened in Honolulu, Hawaii. People on the beach saw 8 spaceships in the sky. These weren't ordinary spaceships. They had lots of colorful lights coming out of them. The spaceships moved in a straight line like they were on a mission. Everyone watched in awe as the lights blinked and sparkled.
Oh my God.
It was like a light show in the sky, but just as quickly as they appeared, in no time at all, they were gone. Were aliens there wanting to spend some holidays? Moon movement. A strange sight caught the eye of a passerby in Mexico. At first, it looked like the moon was racing across the sky. How could the moon move so fast? As he watched, things got even weirder. The moon suddenly shrank down to a tiny dot. In the blink of an eye, it vanished into the clouds. The onlooker was left amazed and confused. Glowing portals. A resident in Berlin, Germany, spotted something odd in the sky. At first, it looked like a big, glowing bow floating up there. But as they kept watching, the scene changed surprisingly. The bow seemed to shrink, becoming a small, bright object. Even stranger, 2 glowing circles appeared on either side of it. These circles looked like doorways of light in the sky. The object began to shine even brighter. Whether it was a spaceship or something else, the sight left him wondering what he had seen. Navy's sighting. Up in the sky, something extraordinary caught everyone's attention. The Navy spotted 2 glowing objects floating high above, and they told people about it. This wasn't just any old sighting. It was super important because the Navy said, "Yes, we saw something strange up there." That's never happened before. Who knows, it might be aliens visiting Earth. This video might be the start of a whole new way of looking at the sky. Mountain light. Strange lights danced over the mountains, leaving villagers in surprise. Lots of tiny white dots were flying in a line over the peaks. It was like watching a parade of lights. Then things got even stranger. The dots started to move around, making shapes that looked like letters. But these weren't any letters the villager had ever seen before. Maybe aliens were trying to write a message in the sky. Were they saying hello, giving directions? Whatever it was, still the secret hides. Sky portal. A hole in the sky. That's what one resident thought he saw. The onlookers spotted what seemed like an opening right in the middle of the sky. Bright lights were shining through this strange gap. For a little while, it looked like a doorway had opened up way above the Earth. Some folks thought aliens might be planning to fly down and say hello. It appeared, and in no time, the hole closed up. The lights faded away. Was it a portal from another world? Spacewalkers. Imagine floating high above Earth, surrounded by the darkness of space. That's where 2 astronauts found themselves in 2005. They were on a spacewalk outside the International Space Station, which zips around our planet super fast. While they were working, one of them saw something that made his eyes go wide. A group of lights, lined up in an upside-down V shape, zoomed across the black sky. Some thought it might be aliens. One of the astronauts wasn't sure what he saw, but he was still curious about the mysteries of space. Maybe one day, we'll find out if there's anyone else out there looking back at us. Night sky. On a starry night in Arizona, thousands of people looked up and saw a puzzling sight that made them wonder about what's out there in space. In the dark sky, bright lights appeared out of nowhere. They weren't just random dots. They formed a clear V shape, like a flying arrow. Some people even saw 5 glowing orbs quietly gliding across the night. These lights were so bright and steady that they couldn't be missed. The US Air Force tried to explain it away as just some military flares. But many people who saw the lights didn't buy that story. They thought it was something much more mysterious. To this day, folks still talk about the night Arizona's sky lit up with an unexplained V-shaped wonder. Skycube shocks pilot over Colombia. High above Medellin, Colombia, a pilot was flying his plane just like any other day when he saw something zooming past his window. It was a strange metal object. It looked like a cube with pointy bits sticking out. This odd thing was flying super high as an airplane. Different theories came out. Few folks even wondered if it could be a space robot sent by aliens to check out Earth. Medellin is known for UFO sightings, so this mysterious cube just adds to the city's spacey reputation. Lake Baikal. 7 divers explored the deep waters of Lake Baikal. 50 meters down the lake, they felt scared for their life as big shadows moved around them. Suddenly, they saw something amazing. Tall creatures in shiny suits with round helmets. The divers tried to catch one of these strange beings, but a strong force pushed them up to the surface very fast. This quick rise made the divers very sick. Sadly, only 4 divers survived. Later, secret papers about this event were shared by NASA. Well, aliens still live in the lake. Falling creature. One day, a person saw something weird falling from the sky. At first, they thought it was a blackbird, but as it got closer, it didn't look like any bird they'd ever seen. The thing looked more like a baby alien. It was small and had a strange shape. As it fell, dogs all around started barking like crazy. They seemed scared or excited by the strange creature. Nobody knows where the alien baby landed. People looked everywhere, but they couldn't find it. The town was left with a big mystery and lots of questions. Cloud shape. A local spotted something very strange. In the clouds, there was a black shape that looked like water, but this water wasn't moving. It was perfectly still. The black water seemed to be making a shape, like it was trying to send a message. Some people thought it looked like a Dementor from Harry Potter movies. Others thought it might be aliens trying to talk to us. The strange black water in the sky left everyone wondering. Hat-shaped UFO. Normal day turned exciting when people spotted a weird spaceship in the sky. It wasn't like any spaceship they'd seen in movies. This one looked just like a giant hat. The hat-shaped UFO hovered in the air, not moving much. People wondered what it was doing on Earth. Was it lost? Were the aliens inside looking for something? Or maybe they just wanted to say hello. After a while, it flew away, leaving behind a lot of excited people. The visit from the hat-shaped UFO became the talk of the town for weeks. Mountain vacation. A hiker was enjoying a nice walk in the mountains when something caught his eye. A white object was falling from the sky super fast. He quickly took out his phone and started filming. The hiker thought it might be a UFO. When he talked to people living nearby, they said they'd seen similar things before. Some locals joked that maybe aliens like to vacation in the mountains too. Black night. In December 1998, NASA astronauts were working outside when they spotted a weird object in space. They quickly took pictures of it. The photos caused a lot of excitement. Some people thought it was a mysterious black night satellite that had been seen before. They wondered if it was from aliens or a secret project. But astronaut Jerry Ross had a simple explanation. It was just a thermal blanket that had floated away by accident. The blanket looked black because its shiny side was facing away from Earth. Even though this mystery has been answered, people continue to discuss other bizarre space-related sightings. A few of these sightings, such as the large object seen in 2002, proved to be remnants of an old rocket. However, some remain strange, leading us to speculate about what could exist in space. Oumuamua. In 2017, something strange zoomed through our solar system. Scientists called it Oumuamua. At first, they thought it was just a big space rock, but Oumuamua did things no normal asteroid would do. It moved super fast and changed direction on its own. It also had a weird shape, like a cigar. Some people wondered if it might be an alien spaceship exploring our part of space. Scientists looked at Oumuamua closely. They found out it wasn't a spaceship, but a special kind of comet from far away. It was the first visitor from outside our solar system that we've ever seen. Even though Oumuamua turned out to be a comet, it taught us a lot. Who knows what we'll find next? Ancient ruins. Ancient ruins visit turned into an unforgettable adventure for a group of tourists. As they explored the crumbling structures, something extraordinary caught their eye. Out of nowhere, a shiny spaceship appeared among the old stones.
What is that, dude?
Before anyone could snap a picture, the mysterious craft shot straight up into the sky at incredible speed. The amazed tourists watched as the spaceship vanished into the clouds, leaving no trace behind. The ancient ruins now held a new secret, one that would spark curiosity for years to come. Fiery sky. Folks in Gyeonggi County got quite a show one evening as a long, tube-shaped object suddenly zoomed upwards, leaving everyone below amazed. As people watched, the object started smoking and glowing red hot. It looked just like a giant cigarette floating high above. But then, things took a scary turn. The glowing cylinder started falling back to Earth, getting bigger and brighter as it came down. With a loud boom, the mysterious object crashed into a nearby field. The ground shook and a cloud of smoke rose. When the dust settled, all that was left was a smoking crater. Was it a UFO? Nobody knew for sure, but it was a night Gyeonggi County wouldn't forget. Night sky. The International Space Station's live camera caught something unusual one Tuesday night. As the station floated above Earth, strange lights appeared out of nowhere. These weren't just any lights. Dozens of glowing orbs drifted slowly past the space station, looking like fireflies in the dark sky. The camera, which always shows what's happening around the station, caught it all on video. A Reddit user named Tyrannus Norlax saw the weird lights and shared the video online. It spread quickly, and thousands of people watched it. Some folks got excited, wondering if it could be aliens. While no one knows for sure what the lights were, it sure made for an exciting night of space watching. Mystery in clouds. A military pilot was flying through the sky, and among the fluffy white clouds, there was an object that didn't belong there. The mysterious thing was moving in ways that normal planes can't. It zipped around, making sharp turns and changing direction super fast. Just as suddenly as it appeared, the strange object vanished into the clouds. Was it a secret new aircraft? The footage has got a lot of people talking and trying to figure out what was flying up there that day. Shadow person. The people of Varto district in Mus saw a floating humanoid in the sky. A dark-shaped entity that looked just like a person. Yes, it wasn't your usual cloud or bird. That black figure, clear as day, was hovering high above the ground. Everyone watched in amazement as it started to move. The strange shape drifted higher and higher, getting smaller as it went. Finally, it disappeared into the clouds. What could it have been? A trick of the light, or something more mysterious? The people of Varto still talk about the day they saw a shadow person in the sky. Winged wonder. People were going about their day when something in the sky made them stop and stare. Up there, among the clouds, was a shape that looked just like a little angel. If you look closely, you can see how it had a clear outline of a child.
What is that?
With what seemed to be wings spread out. Some people thought it might be a shadow, but of what? The shape was so clear and strange that it got everyone talking. Some wondered if it could be an alien child checking out Earth. Others thought it might be a real angel peeking through the clouds. Whatever it was, it disappeared as quickly as it came, leaving everyone with a magical story to tell. Flying mystery. Near Los Angeles International Airport, people spotted what looked like a person flying with a jetpack, way up at 3,000 feet in the air. This strange sight was seen just 7 miles from the busy airport. It's not normal to see someone zipping around that high up without a plane. People wondered if it could be a new kind of flying machine, or maybe something spooky like a ghost. The sighting got everyone talking. How did this mystery flyer get so high? Where did they come from? And where were they going? The questions are here for you. Secret space. 4 years back, the Pentagon released some videos that used to be top secret. These videos came from Navy pilots who saw strange things flying in the sky. For a long time, people wondered if these videos were real. Now, the Pentagon says they are. In the clips, you can see weird objects zooming around in ways that normal planes can't. Some people think these might be UFOs from outer space. The Pentagon shared these videos to help everyone understand what's out there.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA.
God.
They want to clear up any confusion about what the pilots saw. It's exciting to think about the mysteries hiding in our skies. Pill-shaped. Local was out taking pictures of nature when he saw something that made him stop and stare. Up in the sky was a strange, pill-shaped object. This weird thing kept flashing and changing colors. Sometimes it looked silver, and other times it looked like brass. Brett thought it was flying as high as the big airplanes we see in the sky. Well, maybe aliens visited us. Surprise visitor. A person on an airplane got quite a shock during the flight. Looking out the window, he saw something that didn't belong there. A shiny, disc-shaped object. This mysterious thing seemed to be following the plane. It would move away, then suddenly come closer, as if it was playing a game of tag in the sky. At one point, it got so close that the passenger thought it might crash into the plane. But just as quickly as it appeared, the strange disc vanished into thin air. Was it a UFO? Whatever it was, it sure made for an exciting plane ride that the passenger will never forget. Light show. Something strange happened in Moscow on May evening in 2019. A photographer set up his equipment, hoping to capture the beauty of the full moon. As he fiddled with his camera, trying to get the perfect focus, dark shapes began to glide across the face of the moon. At first, it was just 3 black circles, but soon more joined in, as if putting on a cosmic show. The photographer's hand shook as he zoomed in, revealing a cluster of mysterious objects flying in formation. Were they asteroids? Alien spaceships? Take your best guess in the comments section. Moon's visitor. Next on the list is a spacecraft that was watching the moon when suddenly a big rock from space crashed right into it. This wasn't just any ordinary bump, it was an asteroid hitting the moon. The crash was so powerful that it caused a bright explosion on the moon's surface. It was like fireworks in space, but much bigger and more dramatic. Scientists were super excited to catch this rare event on video. Open discussion. Something strange happened during the famous moon landing. While everyone watched astronauts take their first steps, whispers spread about a hidden discovery. Some people think NASA found more than just moon rocks up there. The story goes that the astronauts stumbled upon an alien body on the lunar surface. Instead of telling the world, NASA supposedly kept it secret. They worried that people might panic if they knew aliens were real. For over 50 years, this tale has captured imaginations. Even though we haven't found life on the moon yet, some folks believe NASA is hiding the truth. The mystery of what happened up there continues to spark curiosity and wonder about what lies beyond our world.